Welcome to Graduate Spotlight, a presentation of College Success Arizona. This program features the hardworking college graduates who have earned scholarships from College Success Arizona. Today on Graduate Spotlight, we interview Naiby Rodriguez.
I was born in Phoenix and raised in Yuma, Arizona.
And you graduated from which high school in Yuma?
Cibola High School.
And how old are you currently?
I am 22.
And I understand you recently graduated with your undergrad degree, your bachelor's degree?
Yes, that's correct.
And where did you graduate from, and what is your undergraduate degree in?
So I graduated from the U of A with a degree in physiology and a minor in Spanish.
A degree in physiology and a minor in Spanish. What is your ultimate career goal, long term?
My ultimate goal is to become a doctor and make an impact in my community of Yuma, make a difference.
So you want to be a medical doctor, a physician in Yuma, and you say make a difference. How would you make a difference? How do you see yourself accomplishing that goal?
I think just by example, I feel, and by being hands-on with my community. Since I was born and raised there, I understand the people, and I understand the culture, and I understand the necessity that my community has. So just by being a role model and, being very involved with school children especially, having someone that they can look up to that was in their very same shoes, that was sitting in the same classroom, become someone and, break those chains and do something with their life and something amazing. And so I hope to do that by being involved with my community. And I feel like as a physician, I will be able to help a lot of people, but additionally, it will give me, a platform to do so much more. And I hope to use it to my advantage and, really, really be involved with my community.
Now, this interest in becoming a doctor, is that a lifelong thing or something that occurred more recently?
No, it's definitely a lifelong thing. My parents are immigrant field workers, and they've worked in the fields all their life, and so they always taught my siblings and I, to really be humble, but most importantly to help others. So I definitely had that in me, that that drive to help others. And so through time, when I was in high school, I realized that medicine was something I wanted to pursue, and that was my way of helping others. And through a lot of experiences, I was able to go to Peru to do some medical volunteer, and through clubs here at the U of A. I think that really solidified my wanting to pursue this career, and it was a lot of discipline that has gotten me through the last couple years. But I think the last year and a half, I think it's my passion that has really driven me to further pursue this career and to to see a change and to make a difference.
And I understand beyond your bachelor's degree, you've now been accepted into a program that will eventually lead to med school?
Exactly, yes.
Can you tell us about that?
So the program is called PMAP, and it stands for Pre-Medical Admissions Pathway, and it's for those students. It's an option for those students who, have had a tough road throughout their undergrad. They might have not had the best academic background in high school, or they just struggle through undergrad, and so they overcame those obstacles. And it's kind of geared towards those students and students who are from rural communities, who have lived in around border towns, and it's just essentially for those outliers, those special students who the numbers, they're not cookie-cutter pre-med students. The numbers are not there. The GPA, maybe an MCAT score, or, maybe not a lot of research experience. But, that is not there, but their passion and their drive to pursue this career is there. And so it's geared towards those students. And so essentially I will be getting, like I mentioned, a master's in a year in molecular and cellular medicine. And I would be faced with a rigorous curriculum that kind of is like the medical school curriculum, but just kind of to really prepare us, to help us understand our studying methods, to maybe hopefully improve those studying methods, to just get in that atmosphere. the medical environment, and just to prepare us for the rigors of it.
So then you would be attending, this is going to take a year or maybe a little more. And then if you get into the U of A med school is that the Phoenix campus you'd be attending in med school?
No, it'd be the Tucson campus. Yeah, so I would start in May, this upcoming May, and it would go on up to the following May of 2018. And then, and I automatically start school in July, just as long as I meet the prerequisites of getting a 3.0 in my master's and getting a high MCAT score of 395 or above.
And just so I understand this, med school is then 4 more years on top of that, followed by a residency of at least a year. Is that in the ballpark?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
So you're still only 22, and if I'm doing some quick math, you could be a full-on doctor by the time you're, 28, something like that, 29?
Yes, that's correct.
And you definitely want to go back to Yuma, even though you've been out of there for 4 years now. You've been living in Tucson, which is a much bigger city, and Phoenix is where you're born, but you definitely 100% are going back to Yuma. That's the plan?
If as I stand here right now, that's the plan. Life happens and things change, but as of right now, that's where my passion is. That's where my drive is. That's, where I hope to, that's where I see myself. And I definitely... yeah, that's where I want to be. And I pick right here the U of A, and the U of A is my number one choice of school. It has always been medical school because I know that the population that this hospital and this environment is very similar to the patient population I hope to help in Yuma. So I think that will give me, a lot of background and a lot of, experience.
So would you maybe work at a community clinic in Yuma County somewhere, or Yuma Regional Medical Center, or maybe in private practice? What do you have in mind, or are you just kind of open?
Right now I'm open. I've learned through experiences that there's a lot of ambiguity with a lot of different things. So I'm not extremely familiar with, the medical aspect of Yuma right now. But wherever I feel that I'm best suited, whether it's at a clinic, whether it's at a hospital, only time will tell, and only my experiences will tell me where I best fit in and where I hope to make the biggest impact. So I think I'll definitely just wait till I get more hands-on experiences to really confirm where I want to be.
And Matt Sotelo is your success advisor provided by College Success Arizona as part of a scholarship you earned. And essentially, Matt works with students like yourself as an academic advisor, helping to guide you through college. Can you talk about the role that Matt has played in your life and your college experience?
Wow. Matt has, I don't even know where to start. He's been there for me emotionally, and he's been there, as a friend, as a mentor, as an advisor, you name it. He's there. He's so willing to help out, whether it's academically if you need some help, or it's something, emotional, or if it's something family related. He's there whenever you want to call or talk to him, and he's helped me in that aspect of it, the whole process, and that's something that's so important, so vital, because you have to fend for yourself academically, and then sometimes, especially myself, since my parents don't have that academic background, they only had a grade school education growing up, so I really couldn't relate, or they couldn't relate to me. So having someone to talk to who understands you, who understands the process, who understands the struggle, is an invaluable, asset that I had on my side, and I'll be forever grateful for him. And I talk to him, and the best thing about it is that we still keep in communication. I did graduate in May, but we've met up a few times to see where I'm at, to see how I'm doing. So I definitely see this going, for a long time, and I see our relationship, our friendship growing. And, I'm just so happy that I have someone on my side that is always willing to lend an ear and willing to listen.
And can you talk about the financial aspect of the scholarship? It provides up to $6,000 per year for
Hmm.
educational expenses. Can you talk about how that's helped out?
Yeah, definitely. It's helped out immensely with the books, with obviously tuition. It keeps going up every single year, and we really there's nothing we can do about it. So that money has been oriented towards definitely my books and my schooling. So and also when there's money left over, I also use it for housing. So it definitely goes a long way, other than just academically and with housing, it goes to books and whatever I may need for labs, you name it. It definitely helped me in every single aspect of my academic undergrad career.
And for middle and high school students back in Yuma and elsewhere who may be listening to this, can you offer some advice for those who are considering their own options towards college?
That's an amazing question. I've had the opportunity to go and talk to a lot of those students, especially those students who were in my shoes, being a daughter of migrant farm workers. We would travel from California to Yuma every 6 months, and so those students are, there's always this notion, that there's this notion that those students are not really gonna amount to much. That their parents, they're struggling trying to put food on the table, and I've been there, and I understand, and they think that those parents don't care about their education, their child's education, and I would like to tell them that parents they do care, and it's really hard for them to show that when they're working all the time, because they work from dawn till dusk, and oftentimes they don't see them. So just really, really pursuing their dreams, and they truly are possible. They really, really follow your dreams, and it sounds cliche, but follow your dreams. Dream big, and don't be afraid. I think fear has definitely been a big obstacle in my life. And when I lost that fear, the fear of not being good enough, not being smart enough, of not being the perfect student, that's when I started to succeed. That's when I started to see a difference in my life academically. And that's when I said, I may be different, but, that difference is what has made me unique, and is what makes me stand out as I go through interviews, as I meet people, as I interact with patients. My experiences, as living in such a small community and being the child of field workers has definitely humbled me, and has, made me yearn, much more, and made me want to succeed even more, because I was not going to be another statistic. I was not going to be another child, destined for failure. And so that's what motivates me, and that's what I tell them. I would tell them they have to dream big, dream big, and don't be afraid of it. Because when you lose fear, truly anything is possible.
Excellent. And I guess a question about college in its totality. There's a lot that you go through in college, but is there a best part
Yeah.
in your mind of college so far?
A best part about college. Um, I think realizing, for me personally, is just kind of realizing that I do belong, and that that it's hard. It's hard. We can't be naive about it. College is hard. The university is very hard. So kind of getting a grasp of it, and realizing that you are meant to be there. You overcome so many obstacles in your life to be in that place where you're at. So I think that's my favorite part about it, is realizing that I can do it, and that I will do it, and that you are capable of going through the hardest classes. You are capable of going through the social aspect of the university, of college, and you're still there. You're still standing strong, and you're still, pursuing your dreams. I think that's my favorite aspect about college. And just on a side note, also, the people you meet is amazing, especially in the career that I have chosen. You meet some incredible individuals that, that just make you a better person, that you want to surround yourself with, that ultimately make you a better person. And I think that's the best part of it.
Thank you, Naiby, for the interview and for working so hard to make a difference in our community.